You know, when someone tells me that there's a Spider-Man-like horror movie, I say, shut up and take my fucking money, man. Let's see some blood. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am Rob, and we're doing Earth vs. the Spider 2001. It was a direct-to-TV movie. It's a TV movie, but it's got Dan Aykroyd in it, so how can you not want to watch this? How can I not want to spend $8 and buy this from eBay just so I can watch it and do a fucking review? Now, like I said, straight to TV, this movie, directed by Scott Zeal. He did Cruel Intentions 3. What else did this prick do? Oh yeah, there, Roadhouse 2. Says it all. His career went really good, but still better than mine, so good fuck on him. And he had a good concept and a good idea here. Basic storyline, we've got a bit of a nerd bloke here that works in a lab. They're injecting spiders with this fucking special venom. Place gets robbed. He fucking injects himself with this spider serum, whatever the fuck it is. And he starts progressing to turn into a actual human spider. With Dan Aykroyd as the cop, who's leading the investigation to try and find out where all these murders are happening and who's doing them. We get an alright fucking basic storyline here. Let's do the review. And straight off the bat with this movie, the intro to the movie is this superhero feel to it. It's really cool. It's a TV fucking movie, but it was good enough for me to go, alright, this is going to be a decent movie. But then the movie starts, and the quality straight up, you can tell it's a straight direct-to-TV movie. Midday movie, if you will. A bit budget, a bit B-grade, but it's no big deal because the storyline sounds cool and we want to fucking watch. So they tell the story pretty good at the start. It's a bit slow, but our main guy is a shy geek. He loves his neighbor. He loves his chick that lives next door. And he loves his arachnid, can't even fucking say the word. Arachnid comic books. And he works at a fucking lab as security in the lab with spiders. Bit of a fucking Spider-Man story. The story progresses with the lab being held up and robbed, and we get a few deaths that we don't really see because it's budget, but it's okay because it's not that bad. Our main dude, our main geek gets fired because he's a shit security guard, and they give us a little bit of a snippet of how strong this mojo juice is for the spiders, because one of the press that's in there taking photos after the place is being robbed, they step on one of the spiders and it just stays alive. It squishes and then stays alive because of the mojo juice. The CGI on it is very, very bad. So Quentin, the nerd, his last thing he does before he leaves after getting fired is he goes into the lab and he sticks his arm out and he gets jabbed by the mojo juice. So there we go. Story's on. Let's get it on. Away we go. And I'm happy at this point of the movie. I'm not pissed off at all with the bad CGI. I'm not pissed off at all with how lame the acting is and all that. It is a TV movie. Good story. Happy so far. I wouldn't say they did a bad job of Quentin's transition into the spider as he's slowly developing into it. They did an okay job there. It was pretty well acted. He did alright. He did a good job. He did alright. But unfortunately, some of the dialogue, well, most of the dialogue in this movie is pretty fucking lame. It's pretty bad. They could have done a lot better with big money behind this, really. The score they use for this movie when he does his first kind of like superhero save is just so lame. It is really bad and a bit cringeworthy. It's like Spider-Man and Batman from the 60s music combined. That's how kind of bad they didn't I think they used that music, to be honest. They didn't do too bad of a job with the webs. The webs actually looked okay, so I'll give them that part. But it really does start getting very budget when he starts to become a hero during his transition. You can really see the budget part of this movie coming out of it. Dan Aykroyd, I gotta say, really did a good job as the detective on this case. You could tell he wasn't at his best though, because he's looking a bit plumpish and pudgy, and he's looking a bit awkward in some spots as well, so I don't even know if he really wanted to do this movie, but I think he did an okay job for a TV movie. Now, His next transition into the spider looks really, really bad when he really starts turning into the spider. It's fucking very bad. It's actually laughable and lame because the CGI of the plastic fangs and the plastic hand is pretty obvious. It's budget as fuck. Unfortunately, the further we go in this movie, the acting gets worse, and that's very disappointing because they started off so good. And once it progresses, you really say, Dan Aykroyd, you really didn't deserve this budget role. This movie really had potential, but it was really lacking something major, and that's budget. It's got a good story, and it's got good character development in this movie, but unfortunately, because it's all B grade and there was no money put behind it, it just looks like a TV midday movie. The suspense and horror in this movie is all taken away from it because it is a TV movie. It just lacks there, and the way it's filmed in sections, unfortunately. And the ending is just so shit. So fucking shit. There's no reward for fucking spending $8 on buying this and spending the hour and a half watching it. There's no reward at the end at all. I like a good reward. Either give me a fucking lead up to a good sequel or a good fucking finish. And the finish was just shit. I can see in this movie when you watch it elements of The Fly that they have copied, which is not a bad thing. Everyone copies everything from movies, but they failed. They failed in delivering it. The only thing I can say is the story actually saved this movie from being really, really horrible. If you can kind of get past the bad CGI and the bad acting, and look, Dan Aykroyd's in it, you got to be happy with that, and you got a dude turning into a fucking human spider. It's a cool story, man. I don't recommend going out and buying this like I did just so I could do a review on it because I was hanging to watch it, but I'll give it a fair due there because I really actually liked the storyline. I really did. Apart from that, everything else was a bit crappy. So I'm going to give it 4 blood popcorns out of 10, which is a fair score because I really do like the story. Please, someone remake this with a big budget. Apart from that, though, it's only getting a 4. You're not getting any higher than that. Really, I don't give halves. Should have only been a 3.5. So it's a 4 to me out of 10. Alright, thanks guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and do what the fuck you want. Really helps the algorithm if you subscribe and you give a thumbs up to the fucking video, man. Give a thumbs up. I'm trying to do some good stuff on here just for you. I'm really enjoying just watching some old movies and doing re-reviews on them and all that. So I appreciate everyone that does click on these and have a watch. But until next time, see you.